Hello crafty friends, welcome to today's card making video. Today we're going to get our fringe on and I'm going to use a fringing die to cut lots of fringes and create a fringy card for you. Don't worry if you haven't got a fringing die, you could always use fringing scissors or regular scissors, you just have to do a little bit more chopping. To get started on this card, I took my fringing die and a range of solid coloured cardstocks and cut lots of fringed strips because I wanted to create a rainbow of fringing on a shape that I could stick on the front of a card, funnily enough. So here are all my lovely fringy strips. Next, I took a piece of scrap white card and some high-tack glue and added my fringes on. Now, after I filmed this video, I did a similar thing with the leftover bits of fringe, and instead of glue, I used double-sided tape to stick my fringes down, and that worked better, I think. I chose glue initially because it gives you a bit of time to wiggle things into place. But I found the glue stuck my fringes down a bit too much in some places. Some of the fringy bits, the bits I didn't want sticking down, got stuck down. So I think if I was going to do this again, I would stick with double-sided tape and put the tape in a strip along the top where I'm putting the glue. So my idea for this was to create this rainbow of fringing on this piece of white card and then use a tag die, the one you can see here, and die cut a tag shape from it. And that is exactly what I did. After I'd stuck all my fringes down, I used a bit of non-stick paper to give them a good press to make sure they were stuck properly. Then I chopped off the overhanging bits with my scissors and ran the piece through my die cutting machine with the tag. Now, it didn't cut all the way through because there's quite a few layers of card in places. But because it's got lots of straight lines, I was able just to cut through those stubborn bits with a pair of scissors. If you want it to cut properly with your die cutting machine, you could use copy paper to stick your fringes to, that would be a bit thinner, or you could add maybe some shims to increase the pressure as it runs through the die cutting machine. Once I was happy with my tag, I punched a hole reinforcer from a piece of gold glitter cardstock and glued that around the hole on the tag. And then I set about creating a couple of embellishments to add to my tag. And the first thing I made were a couple of tassels. So I cut some more paper with my fringing die. I curled it a little bit by running I think it's a chopstick actually, just along the paper to help it to curl a bit. Then I added some glue along the top of the fringe, and then I used a bamboo kebab stick to roll up my tassel. To add a bit of trim to the top of my tassel, I took a stitched strip of gold glitter cardstock and glued that around the top. So I did make two of these. I've got a purpley one and a bluey one. To attach these to my tag, I cut some thin strips of gold glitter card, put some glue on the end and poked them into the hole in the middle of the tassel and left them to dry. I also created a little white tag with a little flash of gold glitter on it, just from white cardstock using a die and a hole punch. And then I took some jute twine, put it through the hole in the tag and added my dingly dangly bits. My purpley tassel was a bit stubborn. For some reason, the gold glitter cardstock didn't want to stick properly, so you'll probably see me adding lots of glue to it, but what I did in the end was add a glue dot, and that seems to be holding the gold glitter cardstock trim in place. After that, I took my tape runner and added a panel of hammered textured white card onto a hammered textured white card blank. And then I used tape runner again to adhere my tag to the front of the card. I did think about adding it straight on, but I decided it's quite a fun card, it's a celebratory card, I'm going to put it on at a jaunty angle to give it a bit of energy. For my sentiment, I chose an aperture die with the words Happy Birthday cut out from it. I die cut it from some more hammered white card and then stuck it on a bit of gold glitter card which I then trimmed down so I've got a white sentiment with a recessed happy birthday in gold. And I added this in the top right hand corner of the card because I just felt it worked well up there. It worked well next to the dingly dangly bits and kind of balanced the design. Off camera, I die cut and assembled a gold glitter cardstock bow for no other reason than I like bows and I thought it would be a fun thing to add to this celebratory tag. I also punched out 2 sizes of gold glitter cardstock hearts, which I scattered about and tucked amongst the fringes. And that was that card finished. Do stick around for a few more seconds because I've got close-up photos of this card and close-up photos of another 2 cards that I made with fringing. This card, I used the leftover bits from the card I made in this video and I die cut out a banner shaped tag. I didn't put any dingly dangly bits on it. I kept it quite simple. All I did was add a nice big gold glittery with love on a bit of foam to give it some dimension, and I added some gold glitter Nouveau drops around the tag for a little bit of extra interest. For this next card, I just used some warm colour card to make my fringes, which I then stuck on card again and die cut out using a heart shape. I punched a hole in the top left of the heart, added a hole reinforcer and some jute twine, and added a foam backed gold glitter love. I think this would make a nice Valentine's card. Again, I added some gold glitter Nouveau drops for a bit of flow, a bit of dimension and extra glitter, because you can never have too much glitter in my opinion. And then here's the card that we made today. I do hope you've enjoyed the video and it's given you a few ideas of things you can do with the equipment and supplies that you already have in your stash. If it has, do let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I'll see you back here very soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.